History remembers victories, it builds monuments to certainty. But beneath the surface, some stories remain unsolved, not by lack of evidence, but because, something deeper resists explanation. A child disappears in the Vatican, a priceless treasure vanishes without a trace, a man who claimed to be immortal is still being seen decades after his death. Some happened in war, others in peace, a few in the very heart of power. Each one leaves behind a question, and in some cases, a wound that history never closed. These are 10 historical mysteries that might never be solved. Welcome to Dark Chronicles. Rome, 1983. Emanuela Orlandi, 15, vanished after a flute lesson inside the Vatican walls. Her father worked for the Holy See, she never came home. Theories exploded, a mafia abduction, a hostage trade to release the Pope's would-be assassin, or a Vatican sex scandal buried deep. In 1985, a caller claimed she was held by foreign agents. In 2022, Netflix's Vatican Girl rekindled global obsession. Bones were found, tombs reopened, but no resolution. The Church's silence only deepened suspicion. 40 years on, a single question remains louder than ever. How does someone vanish in the world's smallest, most guarded state? Oh, and to know more about this, I've done a video about dark facts of Italy, so feel free to check it out. In 1809, British diplomat Benjamin Bathurst was returning from Vienna. He stopped in Perleberg, dined at a modest inn, stepped outside to inspect his carriage, and vanished. No body, no signs of struggle. Local gossip blamed French spies. In 1852, a skeleton was found bricked into a house nearby. Some said it was Bathurst. No proof, just bones, sealed in silence. His disappearance, at the height of the Napoleonic Wars, spawned theories ranging from political abduction to dimensional rift. Nothing stuck. A high-level official vanished in seconds in a peaceful town and history kept moving, as if he'd never existed. Grigory Rasputin emerged from Siberia like a ghost, illiterate, devout, and disturbing. He healed the Tsarevich's hemophilia, or convinced the Tsarina he did. She called him a man of God. The court whispered worse. Rasputin drank, prophesied, seduced, and survived assassination attempts with eerie luck. His final night, 1916, poisoned, shot, beaten, drowned. The autopsy, contested, his corpse, burned by revolutionaries. Yet sightings persisted. Some claimed to hear his name in chants from underground sects. Rasputin was never just a mystic. He was a symptom of a royal world collapsing, haunted by someone it never fully understood, nor could ever control. If stories like these pull you in, hit the like button or subscribe. That's the only real way to keep this kind of history alive on YouTube. Now, let's dive into the next mystery. In a library in Hungary, an old manuscript was found in the 19th century. No one knows where it came from. It's called the Rohanci Codex. It's 448 pages long, handwritten, filled with unknown symbols, and illustrated with strange religious scenes, Christian, pagan, and Islamic all mixed together. The language, unknown, alphabet, unclassified. Some think it's Hungarian, others say it's a hoax, but no one has ever cracked it. The manuscript has no known origin, no credible author, and no confirmed content. Just pages of symbols that don't belong anywhere, and still haven't said a single clear word. 1900, the Flannan Isles. A supply boat arrives after storms cut off contact for days. The lighthouse is intact, but the keepers, Thomas, James, and Donald, are gone. Food sits untouched. A chair is overturned. The clock has stopped. Their logbook tells of storms, strange feelings, and silence, but official weather records show clear skies. The door was bolted from the inside. No sign of a struggle. Some blame rogue waves, others whisper madness or something worse. But none explain why 3 men vanished from an isolated rock, leaving nothing but an open mystery and a cold sea. Discovered in 1908 in the Minoan ruins of Phaistos, Crete, the disc is a spiral of stamped symbols, 241 characters, unlike anything else ever found. No Rosetta Stone, no similar artifact. Some believe it's an early script. Others think it's a ritual chant or hymn, perhaps even a calendar, but no deciphering has stood the test of peer review. Stored today in the Heraklion Museum, it remains an outlier, a relic with no family, no context, one disc, one voice, speaking a language that may never be heard again, unless another just like it is someday unearthed. U-47 was a Nazi trophy, the submarine that sank the HMS Royal Oak in 1939, killing over 800 men in Scapa Flow. It became legend. In 1943, during a routine patrol in the North Atlantic, it vanished. No SOS, no oil slick, just gone. Allied navies claimed possible kills, but none matched the timeline. In 2010, a Polish team thought they found the wreck. Still unconfirmed. U-47 remains missing, crew and all. For one of the most infamous vessels of World War II, its disappearance is more disturbing than its wartime record, because legends aren't supposed to vanish without a trace. He appeared across 18th century Europe, Paris, London, Vienna, always wealthy, eloquent, and ageless. The Count of Saint-Germain claimed to have known Cleopatra. He spoke Sanskrit, painted masterpieces, and never seemed to sleep. Officially, he died in 1784, but records show later sightings in Germany, Italy, even Tibet. Some dismissed him as a con artist. Others thought he was an alchemist or something stranger. Voltaire called him the man who never dies. He left no grave, no documents, and no fingerprints on time, just stories, whispered in salons, royal courts, and secret societies, all looking for a man who was never quite there. Crafted in the 18th century from 8 tons of amber, gold, and mirror panels, the Amber Room once gleamed inside Russia's Catherine Palace. In 1941, Nazi forces looted it, boxed it up, and sent it to Königsberg. After that, nothing. Some say it was destroyed in bombings, others believe it lies beneath a Polish mine or the Baltic Sea. In 1997, a German man named Georg Stein claimed to know its location. Days later, he was found murdered. No link was ever proven. Dozens of search teams have tried. None returned with more than a theory. Its glow disappeared into the darkness of war. In 1890, Louis Le Prince boarded a train from Dijon to Paris. He never arrived. He was about to showcase the first motion picture camera, predating Edison and the Lumière brothers. But Le Prince vanished. His luggage, too. No trace was ever found. A year later, his son Adolphe, who defended his father's patent rights, died in a suspicious shooting during a hunting trip. Some believe Thomas Edison orchestrated Le Prince's disappearance to secure dominance over cinema. No evidence has surfaced. But one thing is clear, the man who may have invented the moving image was erased before his film could roll. September 2012. In a forest parking lot near Lake Annecy, France, a British family is found shot inside their car. Nearby, a cyclist, seemingly unrelated, lies dead. The family's 2 young daughters survive. Investigators find no clear motive. The father was an engineer, the grandmother visiting. Their lives showed no threats. In 2022, a former suspect was briefly arrested, then released. No new leads. Ballistics suggest a vintage Luger pistol. But no link, no confession, no pattern. 4 people died in silence on a remote trail in broad daylight, and that silence still holds more than a decade later. Some questions fade with time, others grow sharper. The facts remain, a name, a location, a moment frozen, but the meaning slips through. Governments have changed, witnesses have died, archives remain sealed, and what's left behind is not just the mystery, but the silence that surrounds it. Not everything forgotten is gone. Some things are just waiting, buried in the cracks of history, and maybe that's where they belong.